Welcome, hunters. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite weapons in Hunt Showdown, the hunting bow. And some of the reasons as a solo player why you would want to bring an arrow to a gunfight. Now these tactics and tips will also apply to duos or trios, but we're going to focus mainly on solo play and the advantages the bow gives you in those situations. 100 hands increases the bow's damage by 10%, reduces sway when fully drawn, and then you can use the arrow and melee attacks. The nice thing is with the new update, the regular and poison arrows base damage is now what it was pre-patch with 100 hands, so giving you even more damage with this trait. Blade Seer allows you to see your arrows in dark sight. Typically not worth it if you ask me, but to each their own. I like to use regular arrows most of the time because they have the lowest spread and the highest velocity. Custom ammo was increased from 3 to 5 in the new update. Concertina arrows have more sway and less velocity, but upon impact, they unleash a gnarly mess of razor wire that will cause bleeding to your enemies. Frag arrows also have less velocity, but they have a couple things going for them. They cause damage on the initial explosion, but also within a certain radius, there's basically shrapnel and will cause bleed damage as well. The mortar rounds of Hunt Showdown. Last are the poison arrows, which have all the same stats as the base arrows, except a lot more spread, and they also cause the poison effect upon impact. Do you like using any of the custom arrows? Let me know in the comments below. Loadout possibilities are literally endless in this game, so it's just personal preference. Some things that I like to run: hand crossbow with the fire, so I can start burning people right away. Katana's always fun if you want to go full samurai. You can do double bows, one with regular arrows, one with some custom arrows, and then even if you pick up quartermaster, then your options open up even more. What are some of your favorite loadout options to run with the bow? The silent and stealthy nature of the bow are really the main reasons I like to use this as a solo player. They do come with some disadvantages, mainly being the velocity. So the drop starts a lot sooner than some of the rifles and stuff in the game. And then also the one-shot nature of the arrows. So a lot of times once you get that first shot off, now it's time to use some of the other things we learned, like rotating, element surprise. Well, you want to use that beforehand. Using the environment to your advantage to get away, to get another arrow going, to maybe hold an angle on somebody. Using cover or concealment in the environment are really going to give you the element of surprise with the bow. So whether it be I'm above someone's eye level, below someone's eye level, maybe I'm ratting up in a bush, sitting in a field, cornfield, and they can't see me and someone gets right on top of you. It's going to be key for that element of surprise, especially versus duos or squads. If I can take that first person out with a nice well-placed headshot, that's going to really cause chaos among them. Even if I just take that person out with some bleeding, they have to, get behind cover, they're out of the fight. Now I'm able to rotate around, maybe get a different angle, use whatever I can to continue to kind of take them out and cause chaos. With the silence of the bow, they may not know where I'm at initially. This works great for third partying as well, or fighting multiple teams like outside a boss lair. I could sit around outside, especially on the night maps, kind of hide, flinging arrows at everybody. They don't know what's going on, but while this is all going on, they're also fighting other teams. When you're trying to reach out and touch someone at those little longer ranges, ADSing is going to help with that accuracy. Then you do have to account for the drop of the arrow at those ranges. Hipfire with the bow is extremely accurate, especially when you crouch. It's going to tighten up that spread a little more. So a lot of times you're going to want to use this, especially in compounds. You can hit someone out to 20 or 30 meters with only compensating for a little bit of drop. The ability to quickly fire arrows without being fully drawn is a really nice feature of the bow. It can get you out of some sticky situations where you can just get a couple off real quickly. To undraw an arrow that's fully drawn, simply just hit your reload key, so R for most people, or alternatively you can just swap to your other weapon. Pulling regular or poison arrows out of any living thing causes additional damage. Jumping is a great way to gather information in Hunt Showdown, no matter which weapon you're using. Especially with the bow, it's nice. So I can get behind cover, especially if I'm above someone. Can jump, see where they are, line up a shot, jump, let the arrow fly, hopefully kill them. If not, maybe hit them, get some bleed. Or I can keep jumping, spamming it basically, and get multiple arrows off, and hopefully they don't take my head off in the process. Moving while drawn will significantly reduce your movement speed, so be mindful of this and be ready to duck behind some cover once you let that arrow fly at your enemy. I don't know if this was always a thing, and I just never realized it, but I was messing around the shooting range and realized that these hanging sound traps will actually stop your arrows. And as you can see, then they float in midair. Is this something you knew about? Arrows do not interact with bells, but you can make them ding. May be good for distraction. Concertina can stop projectiles and can be used as cover. Those are some of the things I've learned and picked up on my solo hunts with the hunting bow and Hunt Showdown. Do you like using the bow? Are you a bow veteran and have some tips that I missed? You can put them down in the comments for the rest of us. Or what are some of your favorite loadouts to run with a bow? That's another thing. Put them down in the comments. Let's see what everyone uses, and maybe we can all get better together. Alright, everyone make sure you have fun though when you're out there. Have a good one.